Okay, done. Where are you? Ah, good. Right where we left you.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
That's very quick decision making? Huh.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Or so you say at least.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Okay.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens.
Oh?
My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed. That is most interesting.
Yeah.
He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee.
Oh.
In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences.
Oh.
He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. That my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Still, I can understand why Hamish would think that. I mean, he's got as much love for plants as he does and admiration, and this guy basically just said, is boasting like, oh yes, I'm the director here, oh, these are amazing plants, they're all mine, I put them all on display, and it's just, it's just like, really, you asshole? I'm the one that looks after them all day, and you're loud-mouthing. You watch it. It gives you the... That's just an impression I'm getting of the situation anyway.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
And until... Well, they'll be private until we get the required and the need of them anyway. Okay. Begin our delve.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
I must confess I'm a red wine person myself, but I'm not averse to the odd glass of champagne, I'll admit.
French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Well, it's going with the taste, isn't he?
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Oh. Okay, so Martin's father then I assume? Let's see if we can find anything on the desk.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
New plant species. The Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They've They have named it the Siberian barley. Mr. Mon Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. Okay? Interesting. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck. Montague Dunn. Huh. Okay. Maybe mentorship? That's usually the way those things work, I don't know. General, me. Then like a general capacity anyway. Looks like we need something else. What the? Oh god. Oh, right. Oh, I see what's going on here. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay, so it's by 2. No, 3. Gotta try and remember how this... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Be pedantic, but it needs to be done. Wasn't sure which way this was headed, but this... Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay. Do it on the sequence. My brain doesn't go flat on me with this one. Okay, so 3 on each side. This one. 3. Okay. And circle back around for this to open a safe. Quite a clever way of doing this lock, actually, I must admit. Awesome. That took me a minute to work out. So I was trying to listen and just see if it had any, the they usually have me know they fit that number and then go back round, and then suddenly those that go up, I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. Something else going on here. Right. Mr. Dunn, we must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right to hold them imprisoned. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie we need not elaborate. That was reported in the press as the case of June 14, 1989. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. Oh. Okay.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Debt of Miss Margaret White to Mr. Montague. Rental of a suite of rooms, Oxford Street. Educational scholarship on the university. Credits opening up at Hamilton. Redigan House Tailors and a Baird. It's a Baird and Sons luxury jewelers. Okay. Getting one of two possible deductions from that, but we'll go to anything too conclusive. Need more proof. Yes, best leave that out of the way. Oh. Edition. Oh, okay. Disagreement. That seems very obvious that's a possibility. My dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. Excuse me. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Lawyer's help, okay. Q-Guns is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and save the most extraordinarily precious and rare species of the planet. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purpose. This divine syndicate, of whom you speak, have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 1489. So, I must respectfully ask that you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. See you at Boodles on Tuesday as always. Okay. Alright. Main office.
Locked.
Not anymore. Okay.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Okay.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
I didn't even know that was true about that gold stuff. Okay, cool. I'll probably forget it in a few days, like.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Did.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose. It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Well, if they grow all sorts of varieties, you have to wonder.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Oh! Oh boy, it's one of these double ones. Oh god, okay. What the? Oh, hang on. So that's obviously for that. Okay. Hmm. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh, hang on, wait. Which... Oh, the other one? Yep. This one. Okay, so how am I going to connect these? Oh, hang on a minute. These need to be... Um... No, that needs... No, it's... Aha! These fit in here. No, not that one. Oh, that does. Although they could fit on either side. Okay, so that one can only go on that one. Alright. Aha! So everything must revolve around this. And its connection. Right then. So, okay, so that one pulls up here. Ah!
Open.
For some reason I didn't know that was actually open there for a second, so...
Albert's locker.
Aha.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Oh yeah.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
Right.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to advise you into the Royal Naval School. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, expressed his intention to entrust you the directorship of the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. Okay. And it's clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Ooh, that's gonna make him hold a grudge, isn't it? The son, I mean. Please accept all our best wishes for you for your future at Q Guns. Thumb shot. Okay, cool. Thumb shot. Okay.
Martin Hamish's locker.
Huh.
Father and I, Kew Gardens.
Alright.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
There's your stuff, that's for sure. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Q Guns obliged me to renew my application for the manager position. As I've stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation for my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and I was happy to comply. But now, the Q Guns lies in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of an inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to a noble task ahead and free my mind from this uncertainty. Okay, this gives a bit of motive to get rid of him. And he wouldn't have... Okay. Means he wouldn't, and it's only a matter of getting someone to agree with him. Okay, interesting.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
It certainly is.
Miss White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
Hey.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Dear Mother and Father, I write this letter with reluctance to ask you for your help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage on the long term. I know that we have had disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? Margaret. Ooh, okay. Wonder whether it was accepted or not.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
Huh.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
She's not getting that from her own self. She's getting that from, the jewelry thing. Okay. Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left, and without any thought of us? You have never shared with us any details of your success at university, but you choose to do so now? We're supposed to be ashamed. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first as we at home have always done. And none of us ever compromise their reputation, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret. It is you who makes us feel ashamed. Ooh. Dear Margaret, I know your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. But so Albert. Oh, excuse me. Okay. situation? No? Okay. Okay, white situation. Huh. Completely dependent, certainly were. Right, let's search. Continue our search. Medical
A
section.
botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
Ah.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
It would seem.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have forms of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Okay.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Okay, I'm seeing a couple of clear suspects in this. And not so much from the Sun, but White and Hamish. Matter of finding some proof.
What should we do next, Holmes?
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Let's go and ask him some questions. What data we have?
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Yeah, now, what about that photograph of yours, though? Can you explain?
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support.
Oh, yeah?
And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father, so it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Okay, very interesting. Did I... Just double check something. I know. No. Have a quick look and see if I'd forgotten anything. At least not that I can recall, anyway. Alright, done. Time for you to answer some questions if we are allowed to ask any at this stage.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, your hopes?
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
I must admit, he's getting more of a motive though, I must admit. Just anger. Poisoning, maybe? Huh. That motive. But is that enough? Ambitious motive. Continue exploration. Okay, let's have a good search around here first.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing. But it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
Ah.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Well, well, well.
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
Could have had a perfect view of the crime scene.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
He has all the experience and knowledge required to pull it off. How much is for certain?
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
And certainly had the right area, and he could certainly go about his business while carefully watching things, couldn't he? Oh, I could almost certainly nail him down as a prime suspect. To investigate a few more things, and oh.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Oh!
I am curious if the marble that we found will fit this place. Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Right. Someone clearly doesn't like him.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Explore it all. Here? Nope. Well, at least no as yet.
Locked.
Not anymore. Okay, Miss White.
Open.
Miss White. Well, well, well. Let's get some intel about you, shall we? If we're even able to, that is. Okay. Nothing too discernible from all that, but...
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Oh.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
But, if someone wanted to do any ventilation business, this would be one of the perfect rooms to do it, it would seem. Okay.
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
Okay.
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
Not as yet, anyways.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
Okay. He must have lent her the office then, I would surmise.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
He is?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
He is presently, yes. Okay. Okay. Anything else on the face I'm missing? Or... oh, does that say I'm married? No. Come. I think it says I'm married, yeah. Kind of made out what it said, so made it a bit easier to figure that out.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Really? I would have thought that would have been on the near forefront of your mind. Okay.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Well, there is that, of
Yes.
course.
The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
Glad you think so.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Well, if he sees a young child in you, then he's giving you the freedom to do as you need. Well, I suppose that's admiration in its own self.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Very. Hey. She's almost having like a third party as well as a first party perspective on Mr. Dunn and, you know, on the Dunns and everything like that in this situation. Okay. Maybe to track the scent. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break here. And I'll see you next time we're at Scotland. We're at Baker's. We're going to go to some archives and find some information about those bits of evidence that we've got. And once we've done that, we'll bring Toby back to the scene and work out where that scent leads. Yeah. See you next time.